views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Welcome to Conscious Creation with actress, author, and healer Dee Wallace. If you want to take charge of your life, really take charge of your life, the next hour will be a fun, enlightening experience in creating the life you want. Whether it's money, health, success, or relationships, join Dee in celebrating the power of you and see your life expand into joyful creation. And now, here's Dee.
Hello, all you amazing, fabulous, incredible, magnificent, oh my gosh, so very loved and darn sexy people. Here we are again together. Oh my goodness. I want everybody to pray for me in the next 2 weeks. The wedding is September 4th. I finish the series next week. The Bear launches mid-September. You'll all be getting emails about that. I'm so excited about my little Buppalopaloo getting out there. You know, the more sessions I do and the more I read and the more I work with myself, I see what a divine idea this little bear is about teaching all of us to love ourselves. It's pretty exciting for me. You know, I've been working on it for 2 years already, so it's about ready to be born. You know, it's a long time to carry a kid, especially a furry one, furry little bear. So I want to talk about life today and about life passing us by. Because if we are not the person we want to be, and I'm assuming that all of us are in agreement that we want to be happy, we want to be healthy, we want to be prosperous, if we are not living in the reality of that and living as the greatest person that we want to be, it's because of us. So I want you to just pull up real quickly where you're unhappy right now, where things aren't quite going your way, where you're restless, where you're confused, where you think it's them, where you feel out of balance or out of alignment. Now, I want to ask you, do you choose to be your own creator? Because that choice, as you know, has got to be in place before you can be. So I often suggest to people that if you can't really commit to I'm happy, start with I choose to be happy. I choose to be peaceful right now. I choose to let this go and be happy. We're coming together to join in the agreement that we're choosing. And the second thing is that we have to accept. We have to, number one, accept that we are the creators of ourselves. And this is the big one. This is a challenge that's going on right now. Number two, I accept where I'm not rising to be the person I want to be. I accept that I'm still dealing with a false perception, a limiting belief. I accept that I have belief systems within me that are not driving me toward being the greatest person I want to be, which is happy and balanced, successful, and healthy. So I want to know, do you choose to accept your responsibility here in your own creation today? So we accept it, and we know that we are it. That allows us to choose love and acceptance instead of standing in judgment. Now, this is the big information. This is why I have to get up at 7:30 in order to do the show on Sundays, because I have learned that all the really big breakthrough information often comes in the last half hour before the show. And so I said, okay, well, am I supposed to lead them through a balance, and oh yes, yeah. But you need this information first. They want you to understand, and remember on sheet 1, the first 5 statements on sheet 1 create a combination cocktail, we call it, that is a kind of a cocktail for the direction of energy. In it, we talk about our electrical charge, which is our emotions, our belief systems, radiating out into the ionosphere. What they want to make very clear is that the radiation of your charge starts with your DNA. So we have to, so in other words, we haven't gone in far enough. We go to our heart center and we feel our love place, and then we send that out. Now we have to go in further. We have to go into our genes and our DNA. And from our genes and DNA, then out to our consciousness. And from our consciousness out into infinity, we claim, in the ionosphere and beyond, I am creation. I am the frequency of the balance of choice and creation in the radiation of my light. And I am the electrical charge of the electromagnetic whole within the whole. I am the charge that creates. Down to my DNA, I am the charge that creates. Down to my DNA, I am the power. I am the love. I am the joy. And I am the choice. And I am the acceptance. And my heart is open. I claim this for all energy in all dimensions. Now, we're invoking the violet flame and the golden light. I want you to remember to call that in if you are ever feeling out of balance or out of alignment in the next few weeks. Remember how powerful the violet flame and the golden light is. Okay? They come in, they transform energy, they wash away the energy that is not serving us, so it can be shifted back into pure light. What we just did was bring into balance and redirect all parts of us, that's a true statement, yes, all parts of us that were thwarting the light of us, creating disharmony, creating confusion or doubt or lack in our ability to be the greatest person we want to be. Then they continued to explain also, so we had a real understanding of what we've just done. They took me to number 15 on the first sheet. Again, the sheets are available with the Balance podcast. You can get it on the home page or in the store at iamdwallace.com. Number 15, clear physical imbalances in the body. Anything creating imbalance in our definition of happiness from genetic balance. Now remember that genetic, according to our channel, are ideas, and ideas can be belief systems, perceptions, feelings, experiences, anything that we have agreed to agree upon within our family or genetic, we can do it within our heritage, we can do it within our countries. They're beliefs that we agree upon. And under that, they took me to the core belief, I have to give myself up to pay for being happy. So the more I strive and ask to be the greatest person I can be, somewhere I have to pay for that and give myself up. I have to struggle. I have to worry. I have to test things. Instead of just knowing I have the right to create myself as the creation of me that receives the desires of my heart and creates myself being happy. So you don't really have to look at why you're not happy. You just have to go, oh, in this moment I'm not happy. Okay, I'm going to choose happy because happy is what I want. But you see, we want to defend ourselves. We want to defend our right. And that's not going to get us the experience of being the greatest experiences of us that we can be. So around everything we've talked about today, we're claiming I am divine love. And so it is. Okay, and I'm going to start with Patty here. Patty, first of all, my apologies. I've been working 14, 15 hours on the set and just am getting to all the emails, and I saw that you emailed me. I'm so sorry I haven't gotten back to you. So is that what you want to deal with today, or?
Yeah.
Okay, can you...
Unless there's something else going on.
Well, it's really the core of everything else. And everything. So can you restate what it is that you needed to know about, honey?
That my tumor, the last 2 weeks ago, I had another test regarding the tumor markers, and for the first time they went up. And I changed drugs, and so I hopefully am finished with chemotherapy, but I'm just wondering why my tumor markers went up for the first time.
Okay, but if I remember in the email, you said they were still in the normal range.
They're still in the normal range, but they shot from 8.6 up to 33. Okay. And the top of the range is 47.
Okay. So I want to invite you to look at where your focus is. Because it's about focus. The highest place we're going is about focus. You are focused on they went up and the fear that invokes. And I'm certainly
I just want to be done.
I don't understand, Patty. I get it. But they want to give you your answer. You're not focusing on, well, okay, so everything's fine. I'm still in range.
Okay.
Now, that's a part of I have to give myself up to pay for being happy. Okay. So I want to explain that to everybody. So in order for me to be happy, I have to go into fear. That's one of them that Patty's bringing forward. And actually the channel's saying most of you will know yours by the end of, now I'm going to the book right now? Okay, hold on. They told me to bring this book in. I'm telling you, I'm picking up all these books, and the more books I pick up, the more I realize how right on we are with everything we're doing. So I'm going to page number 0 through 100, 100 through 2, 5. Oh, okay, page 100. Hang on. And I haven't read page 100 in this book yet. This is the Workbook for Self-Mastery by John Randolph Price. If your consciousness is filled with fear and anxiety, that is where your faith is. That's all I'm supposed to read. You got to love this work, don't you? They take me to a page and a sentence in a book that I haven't read yet. If your consciousness is filled with fear and anxiety, that is where your faith is. In other words, I have faith that if I stay in fear and anxiety, all will be well. Now, you can apply that with the rest of your life, can't you, baby?
Oh, yeah. And what's interesting is I thought that okay, I'm done with this. And like I said, and then it's like the rug got pulled out from underneath me.
And let me tell everybody again, say hallelujah, Patty, because that's only happening. It's happening with everybody, but only the people who are very conscious about the journey and the opportunity that is before us right now realizes that the rug's being pulled out from under them, and they need to step up and figure out why the rug never gets pulled out again, not from within their gene pool anyway. So that's why they took us through this exercise at the first of the show, so that literally we can shift these. We've been working with the brain. Now they want to work with the genes and the DNA, which is, of course, part of the brain and a part of all of our consciousness. So if we have our faith in fear and anxiety, that's what's going to keep us safe, or in Patty's case, that's what's going to create health, they want you, all of us, to rephrase that now. So let me read the exact words again. Hold on. Close the book. Okay. What's the opposite of you for fear?
Knowing.
Okay. So mine is peace. So when our consciousness is filled with knowing and peace, and what?
No, you're right. Peace.
What's the opposite of anxiety for you?
Peace.
Okay, yeah. So knowing, we're adding a third one, love. Okay. If your consciousness is filled with knowing and peace and love, that is where your faith is. Oh my God, you guys, it's so perfectly right on. And do you see how we keep taking ourselves back into fear and anxiety because we've been taught that that's the way we figure things out and save ourselves? You get it, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah. And, Patty, they're saying that's where you've gone with all the people that have, rented from you and the people that you've worked with. It's our great opportunity right now to come forward to literally be the DNA of peace and knowing and love as the cornerstone of our faith in ourselves, in our own creation, and therefore our faith in God. And so it is. Well, and what a start to the show, woman. Okay.
Thank you so much.
So always, if you feel that fear starting to come up, go, no, I'm choosing peace. I'm choosing knowing. So you want to straighten your horror line. I'm choosing love. Right? That's who I am. I'm directing my DNA to know that this is the creation of me that I'm choosing. All right, baby?
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for an awesome beginning to the show. Okay, we're going to, I hope I'm saying this right, Deep. Is that right, in Scotland?
That's right. Thanks for taking my call, Deep.
Of course. How can we help you?
Does it need to be a specific question, or can I leave it open and see what you are getting for me in terms of guidance?
Usually they want a question because they don't want to present this as a psychic reading. However, they are saying they have information for you. So sheets, book. Give me a song, please. Any song.
Sorry, say that again.
Give me a song, any song that comes into your mind.
We Shall Overcome.
Okay. Well, there you go. We have, as usual, we have a theme starting already. So, again, back to the very first part of the show, continuing on with Patty. If we have to overcome something, we have been taught to overcome it deep. And they're saying especially, that's the highest word, they want you to look at your heritage and what you're taught about adversity and overcoming adversity. Because they're saying in part of your heritage, and I don't know what your heritage is, but they're saying in part of your heritage, you're actually genetically given the suggestion that you can't overcome where you are. Is that true?
Yes, probably.
What heritage are you, sweetheart?
I am, by religion, I'm Hindu, but I am settled in the UK, so I don't really follow my religion, but I'm spiritual in my way of thinking.
Yes, but they want you to go back to genetically what was passed through your mother and father and grandparents, this and beyond, back more than 7 generations. This belief that this is your place in life and you really can't move very far from that place. That's not a true statement, but that's been passed down genetically as a feeling or a belief for you. And that is your greatest challenge, to overcome that by knowing that peace and love and your highest knowing is what creates you, not overcoming adversity. It's a whole mind flip, Deep. Are you with me? Are you understanding what I'm talking about?
Yes, somewhat, not all of it, but I do get some part of it.
Okay, you gave me We Shall Overcome. I'm going to use the two statements that of the posters again that I saw in New York, if I can remember. One is United We Stand was one poster, and We Shall Overcome was the other poster. Now you can feel the difference. United We Stand is a strong positive statement. We Shall Overcome includes a lot of fear and struggle. Can you feel that?
Yes, it does. It's more defensive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And persevering. Yeah.
They want you to be clear that anything you are trying to create in your life, including yourself, needs to be more focused on creating it from love and peace and the knowing that you are the creator and that you accept all your good. And you accept that you are the creation of you. Not by struggle anymore. It's not how we're going to create anything, guys. All right, so your mission, if you choose to accept it, Deep, is to live very consciously in the next few weeks and always bring yourself back to peace, back to knowing. I know everything's fine. I know everything is being created. I know I'm the creator. I know I create from my genes and my DNA, and so I hold the vibration of love and peace so that happens. That's what we're all being invited to live more and more and more and more in every day. See, we know it, we talk about it, we study it, we have to live it now, guys. And, you've heard me say it's been kind of hellish for me to see how much I don't do it. And to see how much I thought it was other people's stuff. Now, if I teach it and know it as well as I do, and I'm still challenged in my life with living up to what I'm teaching, probably the rest of the world is too. Almost everybody is going through this right now. Are we going to step into what we are calling the new earth, which is us, or are we going to keep hold of, that anxiety and fear place that we're taught we have to live in order to keep safe and create what we want? Thank you for calling in, darling.
Thank you, Dee.
Wow. Okay, well, we could stop the show right now, and I'd be happy. Jeannie, you're up. Hi, honey.
Hi, dear. I just wanted to say hello. I'm very happy.
Well, good. The channel gave you some really great stuff on the last webinar.
Right.
And I know from your email back you really heard and applied it.
Most definitely. And going back to the DNA, when I stepped out of the shower this morning, I said, wait a minute, I have my father's ears. They were always big. And I said, hey, that's lovely. Hi, Dad.
Nice turnaround. They want to ask you to be sure and read Darren Hayes sent me a great article, which is going to be incorporated into the e-blast.
Okay.
Make sure you read it. It's everybody. It's about stuff being passed down to us through our DNA and genetics. Other stuff that we've known for a long time, like our fears and our perceptions. Stuff like that, but it expressly the test group that they used were people from Nazi concentration camps, and how their genes, literally their DNA, showed different markers. The generations that came after them were affected by the trauma that they went through. And that's exactly what we're redirecting today with the first of the show. So,
may I add on that? Last night on TMC, they had Judgment in Nuremberg, and I, for one, have never been able until last night to watch anything dealing with World War II in the concentration camps. Don't know why, except that I had relatives.
Sure you do.
Yeah, of course. We all had may I just finish?
Yeah.
Last night was the first time I sat there, and I wasn't in tears. I accepted and blessed the whole situation.
Yes. And now we want you to be sure that you direct your DNA to let go of that trauma.
It is gone.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yep, I get a yes on that. You'll find this article very interesting, guys. And what's staggering to me is that we've been talking about this in our community for over 5 years.
Right.
They know they can, well, you'll read the article and you'll read my e-blast. All right, Miss Jeannie, have a fabulous day. Thank you.
You too, and a wonderful wedding if I don't talk to you beforehand.
Thank you, yes.
Mazel tov.
Thank you. I heard you. Mazel tov. And Gabrielle's wedding is September 4th. My intention is to be on every show throughout the wedding. That's my intention. If That's my intention, and I'm sticking to it. That's all I'm saying. All right, we're going to Miss Elizabeth in Portland. And by the way, press 1 if you want to talk to me. Okay. Hi, Elizabeth. What's up?
Hi. I just first off wanted to say that last week, from the call that I had last Sunday with you, I really did my best on applying everything, and I feel that because of that, I actually got a divorce, which I've been trying to do for 20 months.
Wow.
And so I think, thank you. It was quite amazing. And I honestly don't think it would have happened without the call on last Sunday. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Whatever that call was, baby, just shifted energy in you so that your intention was clear.
Right.
You know?
Yes.
Go ahead.
There's something that has come up also that I think maybe I'm either still just trying to apply the self-love. I think that was the biggest thing that I'm working on, and acceptance. But with a new relationship that's come about in the last couple of months, I can't really tell if it's me being super guarded or if it's me just not fully letting go and loving myself and letting things happen.
Yes, it's number 2.
Okay.
But what they want, and they yelled this at me, which is why I started to interrupt you.
Okay, you're fine.
They yelled stuff at me. I'm supposed to bring it in. You need to send love to your ex.
Oh.
Yeah. Not love to your ex is affecting the creation of this relationship.
Okay. And
do you understand how that works?
Yes.
Okay. Because anytime we're not sending love, we're holding judgment or hate or fear around what happened there. And then that subconsciously gets taken into creating the next relationship.
Okay.
Okay.
That's interesting. Okay.
Doubt is the highest word.
Okay.
Okay. So, like the Nazi concentration camps, accept it and bless it as a part of you that you created as an experience in this lifetime. Acknowledge and accept what you learned from it. Acknowledge and accept that you were a part of the creation of it, and then accept that you're the creator of you. And like looking for a house, now you know what you don't want, you know what you do want, and you're going to create that out of love. But, you know, burn down the other houses that helped you figure out the house that you want.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes, that makes sense.
Something else? No, that's it. Great.
Okay.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I know the freedom that having all of that out of your energy creates. You know, it's you feel like you can breathe again.
There is that. It's also the, I guess, the fear of creating that again is what's with the relationship. And I know, and I heard what you said, but that is. And
you can't be in that fear if you just send him love.
Right.
So we're back to, you know, the statement from the book. You've put your faith in fear and anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of putting it in the faith in yourself and the love that you are to create the highest thing for yourself.
Okay.
Okay. Got it? Now
Got it.
Divine love around all of that, yes. So it is. Remember, you're not sending him love for him. You're sending him love for yourself.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that was the final little caveat that let's get there. All right,
now I can do it. Yes.
Thanks for coming in. Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Caroline in California. Hi, you're on.
Hi, Dee. So I have to say that, of course, all of this is relevant. And, and I'm going to actually just pull over because I'm driving, and now I'm in a good spot where I don't have to. I'm here in Northern California from D.C., talked to you several times, still trying to feel my way around if I'm in the right area, because I now have the opportunity to go back to D.C. But so much has changed in my system that I realize I have to have something new to go back to.
Okay. They want you to know that wherever you are, wherever you go, there you are.
Oh, are they kind of trying to make a joke with me?
So
it's true. It's true.
The new place you're looking for is within you.
Yes.
You have already established that.
Yes, that's true.
Okay. Now, get out of your head and feel this new me, this new creation that I've brought about. Which place feels more right for me to be? Which place feels more in harmony with this new me?
Wow. I hear here, meaning Northern California.
Yeah, I asked you which one feels.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm telling you here.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, you said you heard.
Yeah, exactly. And I can't feel. That's what's going on. I'm afraid to feel.
Okay, well, stop it. Because that's where your answer is going to be. So go down to your heart and go to your love place. You know where to find your love place, right?
Yep.
Okay. Which place feels like that? What's the first thing you heard?
DC.
Okay. What they want you to know, because I want everybody to see what she did. She said here, meaning Northern California, and then D.C. What they want you to know, this is the highest answer, the most truthful, the most complete, is it just doesn't frickin' matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, sweetheart. What matters is that you create and continue to create the highest vision of you no matter where you go.
That's perfect.
You see, it doesn't matter if I do E.T. or a horror film. No, I'm serious. So
yeah, I know.
Listen. It matters that I take my presence and my essence into the role, and that is what moves people.
Yep.
Okay? The essence of who you are creates everything, including where you are. So, again, I want to bring in the theme of the show. You see, you're in fear and anxiety that you're going to make the wrong decision.
Yeah, and I'm actually getting an officer behind me, so.
Oh, okay.
Because of where I'm parked, but I'm hearing you. I'm listening.
Okay, we're done.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
I hear you. Thank you.
So do not make it from fear and anxiety. Make it from love.
Okay,
bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tell the officer hi from Dee Wallace from E.T. Goodbye. I'm telling you, I've gotten out of a lot of tickets. They pull me over and they start talking to me, and one policeman said, "Oh my God, didn't you star in Cujo?" Well, Cujo's one of his favorite films, right? So I ended up writing him an autograph from a picture that I have in the car because I always carry them with me, and every once in a while it's just nice to have that little perk, and I use it. I ain't ashamed of it. All right, Michelle in Texas, what's up?
Oh, hello.
Hi. How can we help you, honey?
Hello, Dee. Hi. I was wondering,
not to put a label on it, but does coming from the love, fear, and inner knowing some of the divine feminine that we're accessing, is that what needs to be brought in balance? And specifically, is that what I need to bring in balance?
Well, that's a great question. They're jumping up and down that somebody asked that. They want you to know that it is bringing the feminine into its own balance and the masculine into its own balance, and then bringing them into balance with each other. You see, inadvertently, a lot of spiritual people have, in the teaching of the divine feminine, have taught it as soft and namby-pamby. Mm-hmm. Okay? That's not what the divine feminine is as far as my information. As far as my channel, the divine feminine is the instinct. It is the divine idea. But those things are very powerful. You can't create anything without the idea, without the thought. That's the most powerful. But then you can't just sit there and think it either. You got to do something with it. So the masculine is that energy that says, yes, I am powerful love, and I am taking my powerful love out into the world. So there's a celebration of the power of love and peace. You know, we've been a world that celebrates war and winning. And if we continue to do that, we have to come from anxiety and fear, which then becomes our faith. And that's another way to say, you know, if you have faith in something that you can't see, you have faith that that creation will happen for you. Right? If you have faith as much, can't exactly remember how it said, but if you have the faith of a mustard seed, the size of a mustard seed, you can move mountains. So if we have faith in fear and anxiety, it's a true statement. We're not going to move those mountains, baby.
And let me add something. I had a deep reading that said I had lost my faith in myself and in the goddess in a previous, let's just call it a previous lifetime. And so I've been kind of working with that energy the last 2 or 3 weeks. And I guess I would like any insight on how to come into that release work of coming back into faith of myself and faith in the goddess. Is there anything about that? Well,
right now, where is your focus? I'm trying to lovingly point out to you that so many of these tactics that we've been using in the spiritual community are not serving us. Mm-hmm. Where is your focus on how do I get back there? Where's your focus?
I keep looking for some answer or something. I keep looking at outside.
What do I have to fix?
Yeah. Thank you. That's what I want to be done with.
Yeah.
Praise God.
Well, then be done with it, sweetheart. It's not a process. It's a decision. It's a choice and an acceptance. So is continuing to live there a process? Yes, it's a process of choosing. So tell me what they told you again, that in a past life you what?
Oh, something like it was about having a baby, and I couldn't have a baby, and so I prayed to the goddess, and it didn't happen. And in that lifetime, it set up all these conditions where I just lost faith in myself that I couldn't produce enough. And so I could see it psychologically kind of working itself out, you know, in my life. But that was the story. I had lost faith in myself and the goddess.
So I don't have faith in me that I'm the creator of my own life. That's what you're saying, isn't it?
Yes, sadly.
Okay. Okay, so every moment of your life, you get up and you say, in this morning, I choose to know and experience that I'm the creator of my own life. Woohoo! Yippee! Let's go. And if you feel yourself going off balance from that knowing, you go, oh, there's that feeling. I know, that's that feeling from some other frickin' lifetime. Well, in this lifetime, I choose to know that I'm the joyful creator of me, and I get to produce me, and I get to produce everything I focus on. Woohoo, yippee, let's go.
Yeah, make it a lot more light, a lot more just easy.
Well, yeah, because, again, you're in the fear and anxiety, and that's what you put your faith in, what we've all put our faith in, they're saying, and that is not going to create the joy and the love and the peace and the flow that we...
So would it be safe to say, I'm having awareness, thank you, that our spiritual journey, the way we've been doing it, has been looking backwards to fix the present, to move forward, when in actuality, all we really have to do is stay in the present moment. It doesn't matter really what happened in our past life or on some level this life, if we just powerfully choose to know that we're the peace, love, and inner knowing that we are.
Absolutely. What's the only moment that you create in, Michelle?
Present moment right now.
Yeah. So if you leave the present moment, because right now in this moment, everybody's okay. Just be in this moment, you're fine. You're listening to the show, you're expanding, you're happy, you're alive, you have enough right now in this moment. When we leave this moment, that's when we start putting our faith in the fear and the anxiety of trying to fix the past, instead of staying in this moment to create the moment now, which creates the future.
Yahoo! I'll buy that for a nickel. And I can't wait to buy your bear. I know exactly the children I'm going to give it to.
Oh, thank you. Oh, Palapaloo is waiting to get out into the world. He's like kicking and screaming in the womb right now. Please let me out. I want to get to these kids. Okay, thank you for that, Michelle. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
All right, Phyllis, what's up? Phyllis, you're on. Hello, Miss Phyllis in Honolulu. You coming on? Well, okay, I got to go on, baby. Sorry. Yeah, guys, I know speakerphones are great, but Susan, what's up?
Hey, hi. How you doing?
Good.
Good. I'm glad your wedding's coming up and everything's working out well.
Yes, me too.
Good.
I am ready. I am ready for this beautiful, incredible, fabulous wedding to happen, and be over, and be successful, and be joyous. What can we do for you?
Well, I was wondering about actually what the energetic things going on about my feet. I have my right foot, where I broke my foot a couple years ago, has been giving me trouble where it's been hurting a lot, and my left, I have a toe that is hurting a lot, so it's really been hard to walk, and there's got to be something there that's been keeping me from walking.
Always about stepping out into your power, especially your right foot. Your right side's your power, your left side's your intuitive, right? Okay, so everything that you've told me in the last few weeks is about you stepping out into your power and starting to create yourself in the world in a bigger way. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, so they want to know why you're stopping yourself. What's the fear and anxiety you put your faith in?
Maybe it's because of having an indecision. It's indecision in regards to what I want to do regarding my house, if I want to put money in it myself or go for that stupid $30,000 thing where I'm locked into a 10-year deal, and also my yard. It's also a thing about the energy that's left over, that Shelley energy that's still left over here, especially in the yard. There's a lot of stuff going on in there.
I get a no on that. That's you blaming energy outside of you, Susan,
okay.
And that's not going to get you an answer. So they took me to a core belief,
okay,
which is what's creating you stopping yourself. Someone or something has to take my power away. Now, you see, that's kind of sort of close to the core belief that they took us to in the beginning of the call. I have to give myself up to pay for being happy.
Mm-hmm.
So someone or something has to take my power away. So if I'm going to step forward in my life and make decisions and create my life in a bigger and better way, somebody's just going to come in and screw it up anyway. So why should I even step forward? So I'm going to stop myself, or I'm going to create problems in my feet to bring this to my attention that I'm in fear of taking a step forward into my power.
Okay, so I can see that in going and taking the step forward into allowing myself to receive more financial benefits outside of my safety net of what I was getting before, by going out and stepping forward into doing things on my own for myself, basically. In other words, like there's a job offer that I could get in the same kind of work that my son's doing. There's also my art that I'm putting out more. I'm doing more of that.
Yes.
In other words, putting myself out there.
But you see, you have often called in over the last couple of years around them saying that they're going to lower your monthly money that you get because you've made too much money somewhere else. That's a direct example of someone or something has to take my power away.
That's true.
Right? If I accept that I'm the creator of me and I create myself as the greatest person that I choose to be, someone or something is going to come take my power away somehow. So you've got to genetically, we all have to, she's bringing something in for all of us, to genetically in our DNA direct and claim that someone or something always comes forward to embrace and support my power when I walk forward in faith and love and my knowing. And so it is. I am divine love around all of that, and so it is. You got it?
Yes, so...
Okay, so match it up with your love place.
So in other words, when I walk forward fearlessly and let all that go behind and just go for what it feels right to, bring in what I want for myself, it all falls into place.
Yes, and be clear that you are doing this for the highest good of yourself and everyone else concerned. And what you want is everything to be held in balance and joy for you, right?
Yes.
Be clear in your intention when you step forward that it's positive in every subject and every definition in your life. And so it is. Okay, that's all I'm getting, baby. Wow, what a show, guys. Oh, my gosh. I'm telling you, this community, I'm coming forward to ask you to share this work, email it out, bring your friends in. It is beyond time. It is past time that this community expand. we have the truth, we know the truth, we're living the truth, and it's time to share it and ripple it out in every way. Until we meet again, oh my goodness, love yourselves, love yourselves. Really, really, really get up every day and choose to love yourselves more, because that's really what it's all about.
Thanks for joining Dee on Conscious Creation. Visit her website at imdwallace.com for awesome downloads, archived shows, enlightening webinars, and amazing free offerings. Be sure to join us next week for Conscious Creation with Dee Wallace. And remember, loving yourself is the key to creation.